Hello there, Taylor with the Armageddon Report. Hope you're enjoying your wonderful Sunday. So this is the new-ish cyclocane.com. Alright, I say new-ish because there's been improvements or something. So this map is provided by, it's data from the South Florida Water Management District of where potential tropical storm Carlotta may go. But let's see if I zoom in. Half the time stuff starts disappearing. Half the time when I reload the site and things would disappear. So it's not a very reliable map for some reason. It's not the data. The data is not the problem. There's something wrong with the Google map. I like to blame things on the Google. But anyway, so there is now up here a section where it breaks it down into what the current chance of tropical storm formation is, which is, so this is a 60% area. That's a none in the Atlantic. And then it also tells you what the next storm name would be. So for instance, if this does pan out and become something in the next 48 hours, become a tropical storm, I should say, then it will take the name Tropical Storm Carlotta. Right there. And then the next one would be in the Atlantic, Tropical Storm Chris. And this is, of course, manually updated at the moment, so by the time if Tropical Storm Carlotta does form, it probably won't, the site won't know anything about it yet. I don't know. Anyway, so to go over here where this data I still don't have yet, but then you can read about cloudiness and showers associated with the low pressure area for the Eastern Pacific, and then of course in the Atlantic, absolutely nothing going on. Today though, there is severe thunderstorm related things going on. In fact, there's a watch already in effect. So tornado watch for Alabama, Florida, and Georgia expires at 7 p.m. this evening. You can see a big QLCS potentially, quasi-linear convective system as opposed to, discrete supercells. Here is the mesoscales discussion that's in effect. Weather watch will likely be needed in the next 1 to 2 hours. So Minnesota, watch likely, there it is, probability of watch issuance, 80%. So that's for that area up there, so next couple of hours. And here are the warnings. So currently, at least as of the time I loaded the page, only severe thunderstorm warnings. They can be, of course, just as damaging, if not more damaging in some ways than a tornado warning, because it's widespread type wind situation where you've got a bowing segment such as that. So speaking of winds or something, here's the specific wind map. So 15% down there for Florida, Georgia, and Alabama. As high as 30% for Minnesota, Iowa, Nebraska, a tiny bit of Missouri, and then Kansas. Hail map, we've got several different things going on for some reason. Florida and Georgia got the 5% over there. And then the highest is Minnesota and Iowa. And it looks like a bit of Wisconsin as well. And then the black hatched area is where the 2-inch or larger hail is possible. So this is where, pardon me, I had to cough. So this is where your greatest threat is. However, this is where the threat of the greatest sized hail is. So, yes, moving on to the tornado map where we've got two different 5% segments. So, Alabama, Georgia, and Florida with the 5% down there, basically where the tornado watch is at the moment. And then Minnesota and Wisconsin with the 5%. So, for instance, we pick this place down here in Alabama. That would mean that there's a 5% chance at that point, or someone within 25 miles of them will see a tornado today. So, to apply that to, for instance, the hail map, that would mean there's a nearly 1 in 3 chance of someone at this point in Minnesota, or someone within 25 miles of them, will see severe hail. So tomorrow, 2 different slight risk areas, New Mexico and Texas, and then Texas, Oklahoma, maybe Kansas, and Missouri, Arkansas. Going on tomorrow, if we break it down to the specific map, you can see that they're attached by a 5% risk area, and then going all the way up here to the Great Lakes. Day after tomorrow, slight risk again, Nebraska, Colorado, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, New Mexico, right, with a slight risk. And then here's the specific probability. So the 5% for day after tomorrow, or at least as of now, is pretty much around where the slight risk is instead of, encompassing a large part of the map, as it sometimes does. And then in the medium range, days 4 through 8, predictability too low. So if you were to read down here, you would see poleward advection of ritual. I don't know what any of that means. But it means in general, predictability too low means that there is severe thunderstorms predicted in days 4 through 8, but the timing and or location is not yet certain enough for the Storm Prediction Center to put something on the map. So yes, if you're in any of these areas today, you should totally pay attention to wickedwix.com, WICKEDWX, and of course, hopefully Cyclone will continue to get updates. That's CYCLOCANE. I'm not going to keep spelling that. I can't spell that word yet. Right. And then, of course, if you want to watch the latest severe weather Armageddon report type screencast, once it's posted, of course, go to severeweathertv.com. So yeah, that's it for today. Stay safe out there. Enjoy what's left of the weekend. And yeah.